with me in studios is also Mr. Tugumisirize Simon, who does a lot with banana something, but you're very welcome to studios this evening, and just say hello to the public.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jagenda, for this video.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and of course we also have a representative from the United Nations, and specifically from the Office of the Country Representative, Madam Rosa Malango, and her name is Monica Cheinem, the PR of UNDP Uganda, from the Office of the Country Representative. You're so welcome.
Thank you very much.
Well, let me start with you, Monica. Talk about this 74th day, 74th anniversary, I beg your pardon, of the United Nations. What is it, and how should the public be involved?
Thank you so much, Ambassador. This is really a great opportunity. Good evening, viewers, and we are happy to be here. This year, the United Nations will be celebrating its anniversary, and it's on the 24th of October. It's going to be celebrated at Kololo Independence Ground. What I might say is that it is a free day, free fun day. Everybody's invited. There's going to be lots of fun. And this year it's really different because we are focusing on sustainable development goals, and we are particularly looking at what the youth are doing relating to the sustainable development goals. We are expecting to have more than 100 exhibitors, and of which among those we'll have a youth corner that will be showcasing different innovations. We are expecting to have a protocol session where we'll have panel discussions, and we are going to have two panel discussions. One will be on blockchain, and another one will be on youth, also focusing on youth. This particular panel I will discuss more because really the theme this year is about youth. We are looking at what the youth are doing. It's what they'll be showcasing on that same panel. And we are going to look at what are youth doing in climate change, what are youth doing in health, what are youth doing in agriculture.
Well, I think I'll come back to that and of course engage you on that, and see actually where UN is, especially the youth, and whether the wananchi or the youth like yourself actually know what UN actually is. Back to Chief Muzukuru, Caroline Kembabazi from the Office of the President here. Let's talk about the SDGs. This year's theme is specifically focusing youth entrepreneurship for SDGs. Do you think the Bazukulu in this country actually understand what SDGs are in the first place?
Thank you, Jagenda. Good evening, viewers of UBC. Glad to share with you this evening. I'm here on SDGs, and these are Sustainable Development Goals. And we as Bazukuru, we are very glad because government, through Office of Prime Minister in partnership with UNDP, has thought about us and have given us a theme about youth entrepreneurship. So really we as Bazukuru, we are so glad because this entrepreneurship had efforts, and we are looking at environmental consideration first. We need to protect our environment before we look at something else. And again, I would look through poverty first of all, because so many youth, they have a challenge of poverty. As our #1 SDG, we have a challenge in poverty, and our youth are unemployed, and some of them are looking at how can they come out of such situations.
Actually, you just said it right there. Well, when we talk about the SDGs, I think it's SDG #1 is ending poverty in all its forms everywhere. You are the Chief Muzukuru, of course. President Museveni has moved around this country in all corners, actually trying to sensitize, to mobilize the wananchi, Ugandans, and I think the youth. And let me just take it from you. How do you think you actually are performing on SDG #1 itself of ending poverty in all its forms everywhere now in Uganda, as President Museveni is President of Uganda?
Thank you, moderator. I would first look at what the president has been spreading all over. You know, God gifted us and gave us President Museveni, and this is a very intelligent man. And I will look through value addition as my first priority. Value addition, that is in area of agriculture, because when everyone engages in agriculture, that means youth will not be idle as we claim. And I'm looking at the industries that has been provided. Look at Namamve itself. There have been industries, and as I'm talking, I think we have created more than 1,000 jobs because the other time the president has been moving around and opening up these industries. And I'm thinking that youth should come and work together. That is unity. I want them to come together and unite in that they can think outside the box. I've been moving around and I saw some people collecting waste, you know, waste management. This is picking up this and this. And there are some investors who are coming here, at least to provide some industries in that it can bring employment for the youth. And we are looking at actually every Muzukuru. My emphasis is on Bazukuru Museveni. The Bazukuru, because I see that the neglected people of recent. And that's why we, the Bazukuru, have come out. My fellow Bazukuru, I'm here for you. I've come out to speak for you, and that's why I'm here.
Okay.
And your message, I'm glad His Excellency the President is getting it, and some of you, you had already sent me to tell him we want small-scale industries.
Okay.
Don't forget about that, because our value of output, the quality of our industries. Here, there are something, you know, ketchup. Do you know something like ketchup?
You talk about ketchup?
Yes. Ketchup is made in America. It's American ketchup. Why can't we make it here? And the people really use our Build Uganda and Buy Uganda.
Okay. Well, now when you talk about Build Uganda and Buy Uganda, you now bring me to Mr. Gumesi Simon here from the Banana Value Chain?
Yeah,
something.
Banana Value Chain.
How do you come into SDGs and the UN Day itself as we get all this? Because Monica here is from the United Nations Uganda. She's from Poverty Alleviation. And now Banana Value comes in here. How do you now get into all this SDGs and the UN Day?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jageda. If you look at the UN Day, the theme is youth entrepreneurship and popularizing the SDGs. And then one of the SDGs, number one, is
Ending poverty.
Ending poverty.
In all its forms and everywhere.
In all its forms. And in this case, I'll be showing people what happens in Uganda. People are not aware, some people are not aware of what is happening. And in this case, we shall be, as Tax Fund, we shall be talking about value addition. And in this case, to be banana. You know, we are the second producer of banana in the whole world.
Second to who?
To India. But in business, we are 17. Why?
In the whole world.
In the whole world.
Second producer, but we are in the 7th position in
business.
In benefiting from it.
What is happening? We are not adding value. What we do is consuming the banana, eat the fruit, and start complaining. No jobs, government to Yambi. So in this case, I come from the western part of Uganda, where there are a lot of bananas. But we grow up with by fellow Ugandans just eating the fruit. But then in this case, on the UN Day, we shall be showing what else can you earn from the stem, from the peelings, from the dry berry, and the.
How were you identified? Because I think you are going to be one of the exhibitors on that day. How were you identified? Because there are so many youth like yourself who have done these things, who have added value on different things, on a number of things. And they're locked up in the villages, wherever they are, and they never get this opportunity to actually come to the Monicas here and be part of what is happening. How were you identified, and how do you think all the others should actually also be identified wherever they are? Because I think you are just lucky that the other youth are not.
What we have to inform the whole world, because the world is watching us, that whatever you are doing, wherever you are, you have to be committed on what you are doing. And in this case, so many people have come out to work with banana, but they are not telling exactly the real truth behind the banana. And what I've seen with other fellow Ugandans, they hide what they are doing. They hide in the corners, and yet they are doing something very small. For us, we are open. to anybody who is interested to know what we are doing with banana. So some people are just hiding. That's the only way how we are able to be identified. And all in all, if you happen to visit our training center in Namugongo, we are really doing something with banana.
How did you personally know about the SDGs? As an individual.
Me as an individual, one, we really think in that life, if like everybody is seeing in the world, there are no jobs. No jobs. That's the word, with especially the youth. Yeah. But then, if like see what we are doing with banana, this shows the way we are trying to end poverty, which is number one of the SDGs. You're getting me? So I'll be showing people, especially like now, if I could show you, some people won't believe this, that this is banana fiber from the stem. This time we are not talking about the fruit. We are not talking about the matoke, or etoke, or ruchiga. We are talking about the stem, which is just left in the garden as waste, or chopped to wait.
So what do you use that for?
In the first case, I will want to tell everyone who is watching UBC right now that this is gold.
No, that's fiber. It's not gold.
Yeah, this is gold.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with bananas.
Okay.
So, my fellow youth.
Okay. Well, I'll come back to you. Let me first get back to Chief Muzukulu here on these issues of the SDGs. There are 17 in number that we very well know, and of course, the SDGs come in the wake of post-millennium development goals. Well, I know how the MDGs actually performed, and what we actually managed to achieve as a country. What do you think is most important to we as Ugandans, considering the laudable 17 SDGs? What are we focusing to or focusing on specifically as Uganda? That yes, if we achieved this, then Uganda will be a better place.
Thank you, Moderator Mr. Jagenda. I would look at, there is an SDG number 2, which says no hunger. And I'm glad I should talk about my comrade, my fellow mentor, Madam Joan Kakwenzire. She heads probably the Poverty Alleviation Department, because that is her area now of curbing out hunger from homesteads. You see, the president uses so many platforms in solving these issues. But when we come to SDGs and we find there is no hunger, because SDGs now are focusing, those are sustainable development goals, are focusing on no hunger in homestead. That means that youth and food security, they are producers. Actually, we youth, we are no longer dependents. Nowadays we are making ourselves busy, and we are actually making this food, you know, moving around and find us drying. Do you know cassava drying? Do you know banana drying? Have you ever moved in a supermarket and you find banana crisps? I've never seen them, by the way, but of recent they have come out. That is our innovation. Now, Madam Joan Kakwenzire, now I love to thank you very much for your support. She does homestead. She focuses on homestead, and whenever she's around, she makes sure that every homestead has at least 1 acre of land. Remember, these SDGs, they should work with the common person on the ground. Now, look at good health, because it is also an SDG, because we cannot make people to eat when they are not looking good. Now, we make sure that every homestead, they have something like, I won't say it on a national TV, but where to go, like the behind side of it. And you find that these youths are the center of good health. By the youth, they are more influencers if you don't know. That's why I've come out to say, my president, the one I love so much, I'm calling upon you. Think about youth, and I'm going to reach them.
But he thought about you. That's why he put you in that office to mobilize the youth and to do stuff for the youth. And I think you will be indicted for asking your boss to actually come and do what you're supposed to be doing.
No. What we are doing, because my boss almost, actually, let me tell you, my boss almost reaches to the ground, to the last person on the ground. Is the kind of read I think we have never had here. But now, my appreciation had to go to Madame Rosa and UNDP office. Because now coming out and working with us, really, it has really made us proud.
Okay.
Because I'm part of now UN celebration preparations,
Okay.
and I'm telling you, all the Bazukuru, if you can go on the platform and see what they are saying,
Okay.
you can't even get surprised.
Okay. To you, Monica Chine, United Nations, when we talk about it, well, of course, they are here, and people just maybe see these ones written on UN and maybe posters or anything. Do you think the Bazukuru, like herself, my brother here, Simon, and all the others, know about UN? And have you done enough as United Nations to actually imprint yourselves in the hearts of especially the young people of this country?
Yes and no, because on actually every end of year we do a video around. It's called opinion video, and we've got both positive and negative feedback. And I think, honestly speaking, we have room for improvement because of the feedback that we've got. But on a large scale, we have done our best according to our video. If you could go to UN Uganda YouTube channel, you'll find that video there.
But you see where the challenge gets now.
Yes.
You're actually sending me to YouTube. Me, I can go to YouTube, but I don't know if everybody can go to YouTube.
No, I'm saying that because you can access YouTube.
Yes, I can access YouTube.
You can access YouTube.
Because I'm a different youth also.
Yes.
But there are those that do not know how to get YouTube.
That's correct. You can get YouTube, and that's why I put that to you. But for other regions, we actually have regional offices, you know, that are in the communities, that interact with the communities on a daily, you know. So through those offices, we are able to reach different kinds of people.
What are you doing with the people now in the villages, especially, and all the things? When you talk about UN, now somebody who could be watching TV now and they're just hearing UN or seeing somebody from the United Nations, and we talk about all the things, what do you do with them that actually people feel the presence of the United Nations, wherever they are or wherever you are?
Well, we have very many programs that we cannot download today. You know, we are working with the government of Uganda on refugees. You know, we are working with government of Uganda on agriculture. You know, we are working with government of Uganda on health. For instance, the Ebola incident that was World Health Organization and government of Uganda. So there are different programs that we do that really connect us with the people.
Okay.
And we are doing more. Of course, we want it to be better, but for now, we are doing more for them to know what we are, and we are working.
How did you identify the different groups that are coming to exhibit at Kololo? You talked about over 100 exhibitors or so who are coming to do that.
Yes.
The youth. Yes. How did you bring them on board? And somebody could be watching and they possibly want to participate. Is it late for them, or they see room for somebody to actually come and be part of those celebrations?
Okay, if you may allow me before I answer that question, I came with this folder. Sorry, I didn't carry a big chart, but I wanted to. I don't know if people can see it. I wanted to show the SDGs. This is how they look like. You can see this is goal 1. It says no poverty. So they are 17 in number. Okay. So when we're looking out for the exhibitors, we put out a link. Okay. We put out a link, and just to say, it is not an offensive. This is the first time that we were really doing this youth SDG thing. So we put out a link, not that we are leaving anyone behind. You might come back with that. Yeah.
Okay.
But we used the link, we shared in our networks, and the networks shared with their networks, and then these youths applied online. And then we selected. It was a competitive process, and those who emerged winners are the ones going to exhibit.
You've, of course, we talk about the 74th anniversary of the United Nations, and it's celebrated every other year.
Yes, that's correct.
Is it the first time that you're going to do a public meeting in Kololo this time around with exhibitors, or you've done it before? And if you've done it before, why are you doing it now? Well, what has precipitated you to do it now?
No, this is not the first time
that you're doing it.
that we are doing it. We've done it before, but this time round, the theme, I think, has made it more attractive because, you know, the youth are the majority.
They've always been the majority.
Okay.
They've always been the
that's you're
majority.
right.
All of us have always been children. We always more than our parents in the houses.
That's true. So this time we are focusing on the youth, and you know how the youth can mobilize. So we are making it so colorful, so attractive for them, because we want them to come and learn. They shouldn't look at SDGs and they think it's for the elite or a certain class of people. It's for everyone. Yes.
Okay, we'll just take a very short break and return shortly. And when we return, of course, we'll continue with the engagement here. And remember, with me in studios is Monica Chene from the UNDP and from the Office of the Country Representative, Madam Malango. I also have a gentleman, Mr. Simon Tugumisirize from the Banana Value Chain. I'm just surprised that you didn't carry Toke biscuits. Somebody sent me a message here to say, why didn't Simon come with Toke biscuits from PIBID? And I think, I do not know whether you actually have any connection, TextFund and PIBID, because you're all doing banana value addition or something like that. So you will tell us why you've not carried Toke biscuits. And of course, Chief Muzukuru here from the Office of the President, from the Office of the President here, an Assistant Private Secretary to HA. We'll take a break and return thereafter and continue with our discussion as we delve into youth entrepreneurship issues for the SDGs.
We're coming to you live from Butekanga in Kamuli District.
In the sub-county where I come from, where my leadership is being practiced, money is really a big problem that is hindering women to join leadership.
And in case you didn't know, Fasi Fasi is a show intended to make way for women in the leadership sphere. How can we create a space where someone who does not have 20 million shillings but has the ideas can become a leader in our community? Did you know that the journey to becoming a politician is very costly, especially for women in rural areas like Kamuli, where the main source of income is subsistence farming? Going by numbers, money seems to be a critical factor in joining the political race. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's make way and make some noise.
Inspirational moment with Pastor Jackson Senyonga of Christian Life Church, Kampala.
Best parenting. So when you grow up, they make you scared or make you scared of anything that is not to you. That's why you see people, they are unable to launch anything.
They can't launch a thing. Even when you give them money, they will fear and hide the money. At least they would rather eat it than use it. They say I must start something and die. Something may not come out. Even KCCA is arresting people. I can't get into NSSF.
Today I declare, God is going to give you faith to start something that you're even scared of in Jesus' name. Somebody say amen.
Well, thank you so much and welcome back from that short break. My name is Jagen Asemakola Ziksoka, and with me in studios is Caroline Kembabazi. I'm told she's actually also called Kamabari, and I think that's one of very famous names, Kamabari, with me in studios. I have Mr. Tugumisirize Simon from the Banana Value Chain, and of course Monica here from Monica Chene from the UN Resident Coordinator's Office. And I think I'm now saying it rightly. Okay, and that's where we are. What are the available opportunities that the youth can tap into? And I think, Monica, let me ask you that. What available opportunities are there in this particular day, at the UN Day? What opportunities are actually available that the youth can tap into? Those who are going to come to Kololo on Thursday.
Okay, thank you so much, moderator. On UN Day, first of all, we have an exercise, like morning exercise session. So the youth can come in to just have fun with that, to start with, just for the day. And then as we move into the day, we are going to have exhibition, as I mentioned to you. We'll have stalls. And in these stalls, we have different innovations, different offices in there, both government, private sector, and UN. We're going to have offices which will guide youth in career, like career guidance. Also, youth will know how to apply for jobs in the UN, because we are intending to put a stall there to guide them on how to apply for that. Also, they will be able to know how to get jobs, procurement jobs in the UN. And there will be networking opportunities. I mean, we are inviting very many people at different levels in the country. So they will be able to get opportunities for networking, interacting with their colleagues. Yeah, and having fun, because we're also having entertainment. I mean, you have to work hard and play. Okay. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Simon, I can see a lot of stuff here with you. You just showed us the banana leaves here. I can see, I don't know whether these are mats, I don't know whether these are blankets. I can see a wall clock. I can see several things. Are all these things out of banana, as banana? And wow, what do we do with them?
That's what I told you this year, that banana is gold. But our people are not aware.
So that's SISO now? It becomes SISO also? What do you use that for?
That's a very good question, because on UN Day, we shall be exhibiting one of the extraction machine, which is a banana fiber extractor that does extraction from the stem to get this fiber.
What do you use that fiber for?
So, Mr. Jagenda, this is not SISO.
What is this
This
now?
is banana fiber.
What do you use it for?
If I could show you something very simple, this is a product of banana fiber.
Ebyai.
Ebyai.
In my language.
In your language, then muruchiga ebirere.
This is out of ebirere.
Ebirere. But people are not aware. That's why they should
so
come.
This is nomad.
That's why they should come to Kololo on that day to see what is happening with bananas. And if we talk of ending poverty, this is the way to go. And if I could ask you a very simple question, that a farmer who is there in Rukunjiri or in Masaka, how much does he or she sell this? If I could ask you, how much do you sell this in your village?
We actually give them freely for people to just go and actually use it for cooking. We give them freely. Or somebody just comes to your banana plantation and...
So this is what value addition does. For example, this is out of the dry eye.
That whole thing is out of the dry eye.
So if you talk about value addition, this is value addition. You get something across the road or the Kasasiro, come and do something with it. This is something of 100,000 Uganda shillings.
That clock?
We have used the 3 BI, which are for free.
Which you actually pull from somebody's chito.
In most cases, we are given for free. When we go to farmers, several Jagaravia, you can say you cut some. But nowadays,
how do you feel when you come to my banana plantation, take them for free, then come and make a wall clock out of them, sell it at 100,000, and you've left me in Rukunjiri, you've left me in Nasaka or anywhere, and you actually just came and helped me to get them from my, because to me they look like rubbish or whatever it is. How do you feel that you're benefiting from somebody's sweat and they're not benefiting anything?
Initially we did that before. We wanted to see what are the people thinking and aware of what they have. But now what we've done, we are paying some small money at least to that farmer to create awareness that apart from only eating the fruit, the banana, you can also earn an extra income from the chai or the chigogo.
Oh, so whoever was asking me for, somebody was asking me here for the Toke biscuits. So you are not into those biscuits?
I'm aware of Pibin.
But you're not into biscuits yourself?
I've met Professor Muranga different times. But for them, they're using the fruit. I'm not talking about the fruit. We've seen the fruit for some good decades. We are now talking about the stem, the bikuta, the peeling, and the chigogo.
Mr. Jagenda, on that issue of banana PB. That was a presidential initiative.
Exactly.
And probably it is in Bushenyi. This is, I think, the mother of it. And I remember when the president started presidential initiative on banana toke. Actually, it is called toke. I think you have seen so many vehicles.
I eat toke biscuits.
Yes, toke biscuits. And you know how sweet they are.
Toke porridge, amazing.
Yes, talk about it. So that is what the president has been initiating. He brought about initiatives in so many aspects, in that you can eat biscuits from these tokes, you can eat crisps from these tokes, and actually cakes. I've seen so many people making cakes out there from bananas. You know, a banana cake, how sweet it can be. Go to Capital Shoppers there in Tinda. I normally buy it from there, but it goes from 200, 300.
Now, Chief Muzukuru,
Yes.
let me now just bring this direct to you, because we talk about the UN Day, which is on the 24th
Yes.
of this month. We'll be in Kololo. You are the Chief Muzukuru
Yes.
of President Museveni. How about those Bazukuru who do not want to be identified with Jaja Museveni? What are you going to do with them? Because I'm only getting worried that I may see a UN event which is actually overshadowed by NRM Bazukuru, and of course leaving out all the others.
Yes, thank you. I think you have brought me to the point I wanted. When UN is operating in Uganda, specifically, they are working in collaboration with government programs. And actually, they are operating under Office of Prime Minister, under the docket of Minister Karoro Okurutu. Actually, tomorrow we have even a press conference about it. You'll be there. And when we work in collaboration with it, it's like a pattern. It comes as a pattern in our programs. And when it comes in and say we are now tackling on youth, there the Chief Muzukuru has to come out, obviously.
I have no problem with the Chief Muzukuru coming out. But how about those? Will you allow those to come with maybe their red t-shirts
because now when you are
DC and all the things, because it's a UN day.
Mr.
This is not NRM Liberation
Yes,
Day.
that's true. But remember, when you are implementing government programs, you don't look at political parties? Yes. Don't look at red, green, or what. You just give people services, because everyone pays a tax. Okay? So if you segregate and say whoever comes with a red, we want them, we want these people who have been misled to come online and see what government has brought on board. Because now UN, Madam Rosa Malanga, coming out and say, let's have clean water and sanitation. That is an SDG. Now remember that we have to be having methods of investment in clean water and sanitation. Gender equality. Am I not ready? Am I not on a national TV? That is gender equality. UN is emphasizing. Tomorrow you will find our Secretary General for NRM is a woman. The other day you saw Madam Charia standing against President Museveni. That is the gender equality UN is implementing. Now look at clean energy. Now, clean energy is protecting our environment. Our youth, we should teach them these things, because when these SDGs are here to change our lives. We have to bring good economic growth, because when jobs are there, and remember, by the way, when you have a good economic growth, youth are actually, let me say, well behaved. You never find riots. You never find government programs are ignored, because of recent there was a program of immunization, and the people were not even minding about it, because bagamba turi bako. After all, government has helped us with nothing. Now, my fellow youth who are not yellow, please kindly come to Kororo. UN is here to partner with the government of Uganda to bring you on board and teach you these things. Invest in academic research. I want these youth, because if all we are at school, we cannot look at political ambitions. We are studying to acquire knowledge. So when UN brings quality in education, it is also an SDG. Because me, when I'm here, I'm talking on behalf of government, but looking at what UN has done for this government.
Okay.
Because if we don't implement their programs, that means they are not recognized. So I would like to thank them, UN, and especially the Resident Coordinator's Office, Her Excellency Rosa Malango, and her emphasis to bring youth on board. Because, and I would like to look at investment in that line. Because I'm looking at how can I tap on this youth investment. Do you know SMEs? SMEs. SMEs, these SMEs, they are I think, let me say, the programs we should bring on board. And when you look at SDGs, because whichever I'm talking is in the line of SDGs. Yeah, that is investment. We have somewhere investment and
as one of the SDGs.
Yes, as one of the SDGs. So when you bring these small, medium enterprises, you find that youth, my fellow Wazukuru, are also engaged. And I would like to thank my boss, His Excellency the President. Thank you very much for really bringing us on board. Because when you appoint people like Chief Muzukuru Kamabare and comes out to bring out these issues, that means no youth will be left behind. The other time, I'm going to Sabagabu, Machinde. I'm meeting youth for DP after UN Day. Actually, not after. I'm bringing them actually on UN Day.
To GD there. Monica, how many people are you expecting at Kololo on that day? And will you be surprised if the numbers that you're actually planning for do not get to those numbers, or will you be overwhelmed when you see more people than anticipated?
How many people are we expecting?
Okay.
We are expecting everybody to be there because it is,
but of course you need to plan for them. You need to
free invitation.
Yes,
everyone is welcome. The SDGs for everybody. It was agreed on by member states, so therefore Uganda. Everybody is invited to Kololo to celebrate with us. And we'll take care of them. I mean, it's a family thing. Yes.
You live in Uganda, you've been in Uganda, and of course there are all these days that we keep celebrating, every other day, national events, international events, we keep celebrating them. And you know the attitude of Ugandans. When it's Easter, it's Christmas, it is, I think those days, well, it's a public holiday, people stay at home and sleep and relax and all the things. Except for those of you who are on duty yourselves, like Chief Muzukuru, the mobilizers, a few of us who are working and many people do not want to actually attend these events. What do you think needs to be done that when you say, because one, Thursday is actually a working day, people will want to be in offices, schools, and doing all the things. What do you think can actually excite them to say, we need to be in Kololo and be part of the United Nations celebrations?
I mean, have they heard enough about the Sustainable Development Goals?
That's what I should be asking.
Yeah, so this is something that they should come excited to learn about, to learn more about, and to share with the people. And we're expecting, of course, our president, the president of Uganda, and the fun activities that will be there, the networking opportunities. I think it's a day that nobody should miss in this country.
If you were not working with the United Nations, Uganda, and Thursday is the anniversary, would you personally go to Kololo if you're not a part of the UN? If you're not part of the UN, you're not part of anything, the organization. Would you go to Kololo on Thursday?
Well, if it was just an ordinary day, UN day, with no exciting activities that they've put out there, that we've put out there, I wouldn't go. But I would want to know more about the SDGs. I would want to know more how I can join the UN if I'm a youth or government officers, because this is a partnership. It's co-hosted by UN, Uganda, and the government of Uganda. I'd want to network if I have a business case that I want to put across. I think that's a very good venue to meet people to network with, to promote my product or pitch my innovation. So if someone sold that day like that to me, I would want to be there. But if it's just UN day, I wouldn't. But this time, we have great stuff for you. Please don't miss.
Okay. You want to say something before?
No.
Okay, Simon, you are going to Kololo to exhibit. But I'm really thinking, if you're not part of Tech Salad, if you're not going to exhibit anything, would you go to Kololo on Thursday to be part of the UN celebrations if you do not have anything to actually carry to take to Kololo for exhibition? And why would you actually be there?
Mr. Jagenda, I would like to say this, that I'm somebody who want to know, who are interested in knowing what is going on. And that's why we've been able to come up with a number of what we are doing, because we want to know somebody need to have a role model. And if you don't move into place, abaganda bagamba okugenda kulaba okudda kunyumya okutambula kulaba okudda kunyumya. If you don't move, You can never know. You'll be kept at your home. You are not aware of what is going on. That's one of the things that is bringing poverty.
Simon, you are working with TexFAD, and you have products that you're going to exhibit. You have all the reasons to actually be in Kololo on Thursday. I'm going to look at Tugumisirize Simon, who has not done any of these things, who is actually, who does not know that from that banana stem, you can get all these products from it. And maybe Simon is a boda rider, maybe Simon is a Kanawe, maybe Simon is a Baba somewhere. Would that Simon find reason to actually close the saloon and say, let me go to Kololo and be part of the UN celebrations?
If you look at SDGs, these 17 SDGs, number one is ending poverty. So how will you end poverty if you keep at home? Doing what you've been doing, what your Jaja was doing, like what you see what is happening with Matoke. Our Jaja have been eating Matoke, and people are still eating Matoke. So if you don't come to Kololo and see what is happening with Matoke, like she talked of clean energy, I think that is SDG number 7, affordable and clean energy. In the process of extracting the banana fibers to get this from the stem, there is a lot of waste that is generated. That waste is what we are turning into
briquettes,
charcoal briquettes for cooking. It's smoke free. It burns slowly and take a long time to get finished. People are out there cutting down trees. Even the charcoal are now very expensive, and they are not good. Like the other one which used to be good from those good trees, Bagana, Sendaji. Nowadays they are cutting from mangoes, avocado, and pawpaw.
Okay.
So they should come and acquire this.
Isn't this just sheer excitement that people can actually do these things? How much can actually somebody do to be sure that they can actually end poverty? Because I'm looking at somebody who has, like myself, I have a very small suku, and I don't know how much my suku can actually produce. People get excited when they see now that you can do charcoal briquettes out of these, you can do these things, but then how much does somebody have to do to actually be able to get to the market that they can actually either export or go to the market and say they're selling and getting money out of this thing that you're doing?
That's one of the reasons why they should come. Because somebody out there might think that to produce something like this, you need an acre of banana. You need a few BI to do. This is costas for covering maybe on your glasses when you are drinking. This is something out of one chai, but it is a set of 6 pieces at 25,000. You've not even finished a banana. So people are not aware of these things. They are not aware of what is happening around Uganda. So the UN Day is very important. They will come, they will interact with us, they will get our contacts, they will be able to visit. Like what I told you, we are open. Everybody who is interested to know what we are doing with banana, because people have banana, people have waste. Like when you move around the Kampala, it is waste everywhere, almost everywhere except nowhere. Waste. But what can you do with that waste? And like what I said, the briquettes are not only out of banana waste. They are from all agricultural waste. Organic waste can be turned into charcoal. And
Mr. Producer,
Uncle, as coming to you as your supplement is, and as we also come to the end of this talk here, what should the Bazukuru expect on that day as they come to Kololo in your closing remarks?
Thank you, moderator. My fellow Bazukuru, by the way, I wanted to remind you about the run. We have SDG run on 27th. That will be on Sunday. And
that's after the celebration.
Yes, after our celebration. And my brother, Youth Go Green Ambassador Edwin Muhumuza, is in lead of such campaign. And I'm calling upon my Wazukuru, come and run, get energetic. There is a refreshment, music, fun. Come and have fun. Then coming back to my closing remarks, first of all, I want to call upon my fellow Wazukuru. There are so many people who have offered free trainings on innovations and skills. And I'm using my platforms of Wazukuru not because of campaigning for His Excellency the President, but also to show you government programs, how they are working, because some of you are neglected because you don't know those programs. Okay. We are planning actually to go to Kanungu. There is a run that I think I will go with my sister in Zukuru, and there is a fellow Muzukuru, Adon Kahinda, who is also planning to be in organization. So we are going there after this UN Day, because this UN Day is just waking up, and we energize, and we get to know that these government programs, actually I'm not stopping on this today. I'll be coming here to highlight more about these government programs, and I'll be letting you know. So I would like to call upon you, you people who are deep, because you see now I'm starting with Kanungu, and I would like to call upon them to come and work with us. Work with us and change their mindset. We give them skills, innovation, and you find also someone also from Kanyampumo, Ntungamo, who's also...
Okay, our time is running out. Mr. Simon, we were getting ready for the news at 10 o'clock, and I just want you in 1 minute to actually say your closing remarks on this, and what should the youth expect on that day, and what do you think you've not said that you need to say as we end in just 1.5 minutes?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jagenda. I'm calling upon all youth to come on that very day and especially share with us and know more about the banana. Know how you can make papers from the banana. Then from the papers you can turn them into paper bags.
That's very
that
good.
is all part. You can do more decorative things. That's all about value addition and get more money from something. And finally, they would like to see what we've done with banana. This is the banana fiber fabric. We are trying to turn this into fabric.
Eventually, we are going to put on clothes made out of banana fiber.
So they are all welcome to share with us.
In the interest of time, Monica, from the office of the UN resident coordinator, what is this thing that if you had only one opportunity to say about UN that you would say before you go away?
UN Day?
About UN?
I will talk about UN Day. Yeah, I want to invite each and every one of you to come to Kololo. We are not charging for entrance. We just want you to be there, for you to own your day, for you to own the SDGs. And I call the youth to come and network, have fun, and find new opportunities and learn more about the SDGs. Yes.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Monica. I want to thank you so much, Simon. And I also want to thank you so much, my sister, Chief Muzukuru. Well, my name is Jagenda Semagwazik-Soka. We just have to come to the end of this. Like I told you earlier on, this program is supposed to be moderated by my younger brother, Edward Rukidi Kijadangoma, who is not well and who is not with us here, but we pray that wherever he is, he shall be well. And he shall be with us next week on Monday as we continue with the talk time. I want to also thank so much my producer for the evening, Kabayaga Priscilla, and of course my floor manager, Margaret Kapagweri. And everybody who has made this a show possible. We want to thank you so much and wish you a very blessed week as we continue inspiring Uganda. For God and my country, stay blessed. Good night and bye-bye.
TV is the only public broadcaster of choice.
We inform, educate, guide, and entertain.
We bring you news as it is, wherever it is happening in real time.
We take you faraway places from border to border.
We keep you up to date wherever you are.
In the languages of Kiswahili, Luganda,
and English.
UBC TV, inspiring Uganda.
For all the situations that you will have to go through, for all the obstacles you will have to move, for all the power and the blessings you will need in your life to enter the fullness of possibilities and receive an abundant life. You will need the power and determination that starts when your faith is awakened. Join us daily at 6:55 a.m. and 10:55 p.m. for Awakening of Faith, only here on UBC.
If you want to benefit from the cabbage,